Hello everyone, how would you like to make one of these little fabric books? Very, very easy, definitely beginner friendly. If you want to make one, stay tuned. I'm going to show you exactly how I made this one. So it is actually a bit of a surprise because you can open it up and it's a concertina book. So it's sort of never ending. How cute is that? I think it's perfect to use up some scraps. Obviously, you know, that's our mission this year, using up our scraps. And it just turned out better than I thought it was going to. So I'm going to show you how we did it. And if you want to make it the same size as mine, you are going to need some pieces of cotton, which are 5 inches by 4 inches. I thought that 5 by 4 fitted in my hand really nice, and it was quite a comfortable size to work with. So that's what I'm going to do again to show you. And you need to cut yourself, whatever size pages you're choosing, 2 for each panel. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 pieces of 5 by 4. Now all I've got here is some cotton. I did use a thicker fabric on here, but it just meant it was more difficult to sew through once I'd layered it all up. If you want to use upholstery fabric, go right ahead. I just thought I would use it for stability, but I've done that one. I'm going to try something slightly different and see how it turns out. Okay, you also need something to attach your pages to, and I've got this really pretty pink. Not that the colour's going to matter. Okay, and what we need to do is make sure it's going to be long enough. So obviously, I could just tell you the measurement, but I'll show you because I'm a pretty visual learner. And I think quite a few people are. Let me just make sure that you can see the whole thing. Let me come out. There we go. So all you need to do is make sure that you've got enough. So you need a tiny, tiny gap for it to fold. So as long as you get all 4 pieces like that on your fabric, then that's all you need. So it is actually, I can't measure it with this ruler, it's not long enough. So that's 12. So it's 20 and a half. So the half comes from this little gap. Okay, so all you need to do then is just snip your end. You don't need to make them higher. And if it's not perfect, you're not going to worry. I forgot to measure the other end, didn't I? I've trimmed it. What was it? 20. 20 and a half. I don't trust myself measuring. I'm going to use these again. Just because I'm not very good at measuring. And you may have noticed that in previous videos. I like to just wing it usually, and of course I'm doing this, I can't wing it. Right, so I need to come, I've got a snip, so I'll just come to here. There we go. So move them out of the way again. I'll come down. This is going to be a slightly thinner book, but I might embellish it more. I don't know yet. We will see how it goes. I'm showing you the basic principle. You can use the inspiration to just create yours however you like. And that's all you need to start you off. So this bit, you can put away. You don't need it just yet, but we're ready. So what have I got ready as well? What are you going to need? You're going to need some scraps. I'm going to put flowers on every page. So I've got myself a mess. I've got some flowers that I've cut out of some fabric. That was off an old sheet. This is just out of a piece of fabric. That's also some old sheet. I've got a lot of that. I'm debating if this is going to be too big, but we'll see. We might just use some of it. That was from Jovi. Thank you, Jovi. And I've also stamped on some... I bet I'm too far away now, aren't I? Let me come back in a bit. There we go. With my very tiny collection of stamps. And I've done some flowers. And I also did this. I've done this ages ago. I used to have a handle on life, but it broke. And I'm thinking I might put that in as well. Maybe on the cover. Let's get started. So you need one of your pages. And I'm going to choose this one to start me off. So I put all them away. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some little pieces from here. And I'm going to try and do it different than I'm doing my blue book. Because I like to do things a little bit differently every time. So I'm going to maybe use smaller squares. Different sizes. Let me just cut some up first. Oh look, there's a perfect little square. This is all one sort of duvet cover. And I do find duvet covers are a brilliant way of getting yourself some fabrics to play with. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh, can't cut that. Let me get me big scissors. So we're gonna have, see, that's a bit different. So we could have that end of that as well. Now I'm doing tiny little squares here, but I could do with some sort of different size shapes. Maybe a long one like that. I've got threads. I have threads everywhere. Let's have a little bit of this. And then we'll have a little play with where they can go. I have got some lace I might put down in here as well. And obviously I have more scraps. I just got a few out for today. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. You just want to get out a few. Right, now it's decided to start raining and I can't tell if you can see properly now. Might be all right. Right, let's quickly have a little play with how we're going to have our page. I don't know if this is how it's going to end up, but we will see. We will see. No, it will go down here. It's going to have that curve there. Put that there. This is like a flower on its own. I think I need more bits. I may be getting more bits out, guys. Oh, threads, 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 more threads. See, this is too bright for that. This is quite a subtle flower. Don't want white. This is a creamy colour. It's got a little bit there I can use. Oh, here comes the rain. We have had so much rain. So much. They said it was going to snow. It didn't. It didn't snow. And then I'm going to put this on the top. Oh, and you can't see that one, so we'll take that out and we'll pop it over here. Just popping out of the edge. So I'm going to use that as my first page. Very easy, very simple. I'm not going to faff about with it. I will just quickly do a running stitch to hold it all down. And I'm going to have to leave it at that for now. I will come back maybe tomorrow when it's hopefully not raining and dark. And we'll carry on. Okay. Okay, so we are back and I am just finishing off tacking my pieces down. Of course, this one fell off. Of course it did. And I'm just going to pop it back on and just go. And all I'm doing is I've just got some black plain cotton because I will be taking these out. I'm not knotting it at the back. And I'm just doing some stitches to hold my pieces down. I don't like using needles because I'm always poking myself with the needles. So I thought I'd just hold them all down with some stitches. I learnt this when I was doing the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and oops, this is what happens. I'm very clumsy. You all know this. Right, so do I want that under there? Yeah. I'm just going to go across here to hold that piece down. And then I can start stitching my pieces on. So that should hold them. Obviously, when I did pick it up, they all fell off. So they may not be in exactly the same place as they were a minute ago when you saw it. So there we go. Upside down, but you know. So I've overlapped some and I haven't. And this is just the first layer. So I've got some cotton on my little needle. I'm using a little one. For those of you who want to know what size it is, I can't help you. I am using 2 strands of embroidery thread. I can help you with that bit. And we're just going to go across and slow stitch. Stitch all of these down in my very wonky and not even stitches. You can stitch it however you like. On my original one, I put bigger pieces, I think. And then, but on this one, I thought, oh, I'm going to go for smaller pieces and more sort of stitching. I just want to stitch. It's been a very tense weekend. I'm not going to go into details, but I've done a lot of stitching. I do have to tell you, the meditation video that I promised you is taking longer than I thought. I've had a few issues with the sound on it. I can't get the music, and it so far took 24 hours and it's still not uploaded. And I don't understand what's going on. I was planning to put the video out on Sunday. That didn't happen. So now I'm having to, I may delete it and try again. So I'm hoping that our meditation book, Mindful Stitching video will be up on Sunday. Fingers crossed. I'm going to start, I shall have a little play with it again I don't know why it took so long. My videos are usually upload really quick, but I uploaded 2 and they both took, one took 24 hours, the other one took about 12, and I'm really puzzled because I don't know whether it's just the internet. Not quite sure what's going on with it. So this is what we're going to do for the first page in our new fabric book, and I'm just going to go across and stitch all this down. Then we'll come back and we'll do some more decorating. Okay, so there we are. I have done my canvas stitching across in 2 different colours. So I've done pink and I've done a beige colour, sort of this colour, and then pink and then beige again. And all I've got to do now is pull out my holding stitches, we hope. Probably best. See, I didn't knot the ends. So you should be able to just pull them. Let's snip a few first because I'm just puckering it all up. Let's do some cutting, and then hopefully I'll be able to pull them out. There we go. So you can either do that, or if you do them in a colour that is complementary to your block, then you can just leave them in. I deliberately didn't. I'm going to just cut that because I seem to have gone straight through the stitch. I don't know how I managed to do that. Just take them out. There we go. They should come out quite easily, depending whether you've stitched through them or not, like me. I don't know where that one is. There it is. So there we go. Just get rid of those. So this is it so far. Just give you a little bit of a close-up. So I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you are joining in with me. Love to know. And we're well on our way for the first page in our concertina book. So very excited. And next week we will be decorating it. So join me next Wednesday. And I will love you and leave you. Bye for now, guys.